President Obama released his budget Tuesday, and John Stossel has the numbers behind it and some investigation going on here. Where do you want to start with the budget? It's big enough.
Where to start? What galls me is that inflation this year was about 1.6%.
Yep.
This budget increase is 6.8%. They'll argue now, well, should it be 7%? The Democrats, 6%, the Republicans will want. Why does it always have to increase more than the rate of inflation?
Well, I'll tell you why. It's called buying votes, isn't it? You splash the money out there, it goes to your favored constituents, and they vote for you. It's not your money, it's the taxpayers' money.
But when I interview people on the street and say, well, what should we cut? They don't know. They can't come up with anything. And yet the politicians say every year we have to beat inflation. We could grow our way out of this horrible debt crisis, which we're about to be in when our generation retires, if they just slow the growth of government to inflation plus population growth.
They're not going to do it.
They're not going to even get close.
You know, I don't think it's not just the Democrats. I don't think there is real spine in the Republican Party for the reform of entitlement programs.
The Republicans just backed off from this flood insurance reform that they proposed earlier. And the part of the Obama budget that galls me most is this universal pre-K.
Right.
His own education department studied Head Start, which we all love. It just sounds good. And found, oops, $200 billion later, it doesn't make any difference by third grade.
To the academic performance of the children who go for Head Start.
Or the life performance even after a couple years. The effect fades. And when they find failure, what do? Let's do more of it and spend more on this same thing that hasn't worked.
Do you think that your point of view will ever have real impact and really affect the way we arrange our nation's finances? Because you're a libertarian,
right?
You guys have been saying this for a long time.
I hope so, or I wouldn't do it. But you know, Thomas Jefferson said it's the natural progress of things for government to grow, and that's what we're fighting.
We're out of time, but I know your show is on later on tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern Time on the Fox Business Network. It is called Stossel. Correctamente?
Correct,
Yeah,
yes.
thank you very much indeed.